overfeed a baby? Can you make it grow twice as fast by feeding it twice as fast? Can you make a baby grow 10 times faster by feeding it 10 times the calorie? No, you'll kill the baby. And so a lot of people, because they don't have patience, they don't understand the cadence of wealth creation. Even somebody like the first internet billionaires, Bill Gates started at 12 building his first computers. He was a multi-billionaire, 20s and early 30s. That's a solid 10 to 20 years. But let's talk about, for those of you impatient people watching this, you might say, well, Ty, I just don't have the time. I'm not going to do that. Well, you're probably going to be poor. I've been talking about this 12 to 20 year framework from when I started in social media back in like 2010, 11, 12. It's the same message. Now, of course, I show the Lamborghini. Why? Because people need to see the end game to stay motivated through the dark years. They call those the 10 dark years. Most greatness, whether it's a Bach, a Botticelli, a Leonardo da Vinci, a Nikola Tesla, an Elon Musk, they had the 10 dark years. Now, of course, in the TikTok age, everybody wants to be the 10-week dark year. I had my 10 dark weeks. Well, the laws of the universe haven't changed, and the frameworks of wealth haven't changed. So my advice to you is very simple. Cut it in half. That's about the best you can do. Give you 3 simple ways to cut the learning curve, so you'll still need patience, but maybe not quite as much. Well, number 1 rule is what Warren Buffett says. It's true you only learn through mistakes, but there's no rule the mistakes have to be your own. Meaning, learn from the mistakes of others. Read biographies and autobiographies. You read business books. Read a book, listen to a book that condenses the mistakes and the learning curve of somebody who spent 40 years doing it right and doing it wrong. Cut what didn't work and keep the rest. So number 1, if you ain't reading, you ain't leading. Okay? Number 2, don't get high on your own supply. Meaning use social media, but don't have it used against you. The second you're consuming 1 to 2 hours a day of reels and TikToks, like, how are you going to cut your learning curve? You're making it take longer. So I use social media. I put messages out. It creates revenue for me, but I don't consume it much. Be careful what you're consuming if you want to build wealth in half the time it takes the average person. Be careful what you're consuming. So then the third thing is shadow. Why did I say it 3 times? Shadow 3 people for a year who have already gotten what you want and are 20 years ahead of you. Think it through. It'll be harder than you think, but it'll also be at the same time easier than you think. Humans don't learn through school as much as people think. You know how you mostly learn? You